The Ocean State Grand National Karate Championships, celebrating 41 years of sport karate excellence.
Oh boy, oh
boy. It's the 2023 Ocean State Grand Nationals Karate Championships.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the 2023 Ocean State Grand National Karate Championships. I'm Mike Petracca alongside with Black Belt Magazine Hall of Famer Jackson Rudolph. And ladies and gentlemen, folks, we have a very special guest. We have a true action film star in such films as Blood Fist and Ring of Fire. And he is an 11-time world champion in 3 different weight classes with 6 different sanctioning organizations, which means, folks, that he does not duck anybody and he fights the best of the best. And of course, I'm talking about Don the Dragon Wilson. Dragon, how are you?
I'm doing very good. And you know what? That's a great introduction. You should be my new publicist.
Hey, but you know, I got to tell you, Super Fit Bill Wallace told me the same thing last year, so maybe...
You're doing a good job, then. You're doing a good job.
You guys might have to fight for it. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't fight Bill. I wouldn't fight Bill. No.
So tell me, Don, I know you've been out there greeting the fans, and you just came in now, as a matter of fact. How has it been seeing all your fans out there and being here at this tournament?
Well, I've been sitting in my home office for 2 years because of COVID. I took my first vacation of my life, and it's good to be out around the martial artists again and to watch some great competitions. You know, the fights are looking great. The last time I was here was 10 years ago, and it was the Year of the Dragon. It was me, Cynthia Rothrock, and Shannon Lee, Bruce Lee's daughter. And, I'm happy to be back at the event.
Don, we're happy to have you. Jackson, do you have anything you want to ask the living legend here while we got him?
How could I not? So my biggest question, sir, you got a lot of the fame and a lot of your accomplishments from your kickboxing career, full contact knockout sport. Tonight on stage, we're going to be seeing primarily point fighting, not a knockout sport. First person to land the clean technique scores the point. Most points at the end of the round wins. So what are the key differences that you notice in terms of strategy and skill set between kickboxing that you were so great at and the point fighting that we're going to see tonight?
Well, the main thing the difference is these guys are a lot smarter than we were. We got a lot of punishment, broken arms, broken ribs, broken noses, brain damage, just a ton of punishment on the human body to learn how to defend oneself against a real live opponent. These guys are doing the safer way. This is a smarter way. It's the way that mainstream America can compete, is the point fighting with control and speed, timing. They're learning all the elements needed to be a self-defense person without taking the punishment. So I got to admit, they're smarter than we were.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here in the audience here at the event. And we'll be back with more soon from the Ocean State Grand Nationals Karate Championships.
Accidents happen. When they do, you'll want to contact Ocean State Collision Center. With over 40 years of exceptional service backed by a team of mechanical experts that specialize in all areas of auto repairs. When repairs are complete, we personally inspect every vehicle to assure you that your car meets 100% of all factory specifications. From insurance claims, tows, to tune-ups, Ocean State Collision Center is New England's resource for all your auto needs. Visit us at Facebook or call 40130533811 for all your auto needs.
Welcome back to the 2023 Ocean State Grand National Sport Karate Championships. And up next is the 18-plus Overall Grand Championships Men's Traditional Weapons Competition.
So now we pivot to the Men's Traditional Weapons Overall Grand Championship. A battle of teammates between Esteban Tremblay and Dawson Holt, both representing Team Paul Mitchell.
And this is what Dawson Holt does, right? Traditional forms competitor?
So both of these athletes, Esteban and Dawson, they're most known as extreme competitors, but both of them can absolutely throw down in the traditional divisions, particularly in weapons. Esteban, the winner of the non-bladed category, he'll be using the bow as we see right now. Dawson was the winner of the bladed category. He'll be using sword coming up next. The signature for Esteban Tremblay is his intensity. He is one of the most intense competitors in the game, and you can see why.
Absolutely. And speaking of Esteban, there's this great head-to-head weapons video going on online with him and Alex Mencias, and it is electric.
And that's one thing that I love about both of these competitors in this division is that they are primarily known for the crazy tricks that you see on Instagram and Facebook and I guess TikTok nowadays. But they can come and throw down in the traditional divisions with their basic skills. And even though these traditional weapons forms are often a little bit more contemporary, they're not forms that have been passed down for generations. These are forms that are choreographed by the competitors and their coaches to maximize performance value, but they only use traditional techniques is the key.
Now I noticed in Esteban's performance, there's a lot of facial, he's shaking, he's doing this so intensely. I mean, you can see it, and the impact with when his feet hit the floor, that's also pretty powerful, isn't it?
And that's a huge part of the traditional weapons division, is you want to make yourself look as mean and as powerful as you can be. And clearly Esteban did that pretty well.
He sure did. I'm intimidated.
But you know who's not intimidated?
Who?
His teammate, Dawson Holt, now on stage.
I don't see any fear in Dawson's eyes.
Dawson Holt, of course, also representing Team Paul Mitchell, hailing from Lebanon, Tennessee. They call him Mr. Clean.
I remember you saying that last year. Although I feel like he should shave his head then. But I know it's about the routine.
I think that Paul Mitchell corporate sponsors wouldn't be a huge fan of him shaving his head.
Fair enough.
You're going to see why he has the Mr. Clean nickname right now. Look at the extension of each of these sword cuts. Just textbook.
Again, a very deliberate hold there at the end. What intensity.
And that's what we call pacing. And pacing is arguably the most important element of any traditional form, be it bow, sword, empty hand forms, doesn't matter. Pacing is so essential to being able to captivate an audience when all you're doing is those foundational techniques. The way that you sell it and the pacing with which you present it is vital to trying to find success.
And are the judges looking at all for when he sheaths the blade and unsheaths? Is that something that you could have issue with, or?
That's a critical component of the difficulty for a sword competitor. You're going to see high-level sword competitors sheathing and resheathing their sword multiple times throughout their performance because that shows off difficulty. It's very easy for those to get twisted around as you're going through all these cutting motions, and being able to resheath the sword without having to look at it, knowing your weapon so well that you can feel exactly where both the sword and the scabbard are at all times, that's definitely a way to show off some difficulty.
Oh, man. Well, look, I know you know these guys both very well. I mean, who do you got?
This one's a coin flip to me. Obviously, I care a lot about both of these guys as the player development coach for Paul Mitchell, and, of course, both these guys being part of the squad. So I'm just glad they both looked awesome.
They sure did.
We've got a split decision. It sounds like Esteban has the advantage on the scorecards right now.
Scores up. 9.9, 9.8, 9.9, 9.8, 9.8, 9.8, 9.8. And our champion for today is Tremblay.
And it will be Esteban Tremblay taking home the men's traditional weapons overall grand championship. Fantastic performances from both competitors. Esteban coming out on top tonight.
Oh, both men did a phenomenal job.
Accidents happen. When they do, you'll want to contact Ocean State Collision Center. With over 40 years of exceptional service backed by a team of mechanical experts that specialize in all areas of auto repairs. When repairs are complete, we personally inspect every vehicle to assure you that your car meets 100% of all factory specifications. From insurance claims, tows, to tune-ups, Ocean State Collision Center is New England's resource for all your auto needs. Visit us at Facebook or call 40130533811 for all your auto needs.
I wonder what Tori would be, or where she'd go, what she'd do. I know she'd make an incredible impact. And it hurts to think of all the world is missing out on.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are about to begin our Super Fight Elimination Series, starting off with our first quarterfinals matchup featuring Ryan George versus Brian Rodriguez.
I mean, every single guy up here is somebody that has a chance to go deep into the rest of this tournament and wind up winning the super fights. Of course, there are some favorites. Bailey Murphy, arguably the top lightweight in the game right now. Cameron Dawson, arguably the top heavyweight in the game right now. They're both in that lineup. Tyson Ray, dangerous. Ryan George, dangerous. There's so many guys that have a chance to run through this Elite Eight and win the whole thing. It's almost not even fair to say that there's a favorite. There's so many good guys in this division.
Wow, stacked. Now, how much of an impact does the coach have? Does their corner man have?
Different coaches have different levels of impact. There are some sport karate coaches that are X and O's geniuses from that coach's chair and do a great job of helping their fighter make mid-fight adjustments. There are other coaches who their primary job is to make sure that that fighter keeps his head on his shoulders and stays hyped and engaged throughout the fight. So different coaches have different styles. Those different styles are going to change the level of involvement they have in the match. At the end of the day, it comes down to the man in the arena.
Well, let's see. Looks like it's one.
In this match, we've got Brian Rodriguez of Team Diamond G3 on the left in the black helmet against Ryan George of Team Dojo Elite in the purple uniform and white helmet.
Some conflict there with the judges. Looks like no point. Oh.
And point fighting is all about who lands the cleanest technique first. Kicks are worth 2 points. Punches and back fists are worth 1 point. Whoever lands first, the judges are going to call in favor of that person. Majority of the judges' call gets the point, as we just saw Ryan George get awarded a point there.
And how clean does the hit have to be, Jackson? What is considered a clean hit?
Well, it depends on the technique. Your primary scoring areas are going to be to the helmet and to the front of the body. You can't score striking to the back. There is no leg striking. But when you hear the impact from back here in the booth, like you did on that back fist, that's how you know it landed clean.
Mm-hmm. A lot of feel.
George with a little bit of fancy footwork before trying to take off, but Rodriguez stuffs it and scores. Back fist over the top. George scores.
And this is time sensitive, isn't it?
Absolutely. They've got 2 minutes. We've got a tie match right now. Quick back fist from Ryan George. He takes the lead, 6-5.
That was a beautiful back fist. Lead back fist. Oh, I think he got him again.
Fist.
Yep.
7-5, George. George got a little overconfident there. Rodriguez capitalizes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rodriguez off the line as time expires.
Oh, they're going to give that.
More and forces overtime.
Wow. He's getting a little too complacent, the other guy.
Ryan George thought the clock had ran out, but there was 1 second left for Rodriguez to score. Can he complete the comeback? Back fist, George.
Wow. Oh.
Rodriguez doesn't like the call. It was a close one.
George holds on in OT.
Our first match of the Elite Eight, a thriller. Ryan George taking down Brian Rodriguez in overtime by 1.
Let's give a round of applause.
Great start.
As we continue our quarterfinals eliminations, our next matchup features Tyson Ray versus Cameron Dawson.
Our next bout, Cameron Dawson of Team Dojo Elite, possibly the best heavyweight on the planet in the white helmet. One of the top lightweights in the game on the right in the black helmet, Tyson Ray of Team Next Level. David versus Goliath.
I'm looking at that here. Does that make a difference in point fighting or no advantage at all?
Point fighting is a speed game. So as you can see, the power of Cameron Dawson is pushing Tyson Ray back a little bit. But notice that Tyson is the aggressor on some of these techniques. His speed gives him a slight advantage here.
I am shocked by that. He's putting Cam back. He's moving Cam back. Looks like a mouthpiece came out.
Dawson on the attack, scores. Nice fake on the kick by Dawson.
Oh, did he miss? No, they're saying that wasn't clean.
So the reason they didn't call that is Cam threw a back fist to the body. That leading hand back fist to the body is not a scoring technique. Another point for Dawson.
2-2. All tied up. You need to hear you.
Cameron Dawson, the son of the late, great Gerald Awesome Dawson.
Awesome
as he
Dawson.
scores again. 3-2 Dawson.
Oh, that looked like it hit by Dawson. We heard that impact right up here.
Shows off the leg, follows up with the back fist. Fadeaway back fist. Dawson scores. 5-2 Dawson.
Oh, that snuck in. Nice shot by Ray.
Counter strike by Ray scores.
Now Tyson's going to have to press a little bit now, right?
Oh, throws the rear leg round kick. And you see him pressing by trying to throw some kick. Those are 2-point scoring techniques. Cameron Dawson gets a point right there because Tyson Ray stepped out of the ring, but then Tyson Ray answers with a point. 6-4 Dawson, 2 seconds remaining.
These are razor thin. Crowd's getting behind Tyson right now.
The crowd wants David to take down Goliath. Tyson Ray tries to slide in a kick at the last second, but it doesn't make good enough contact. Cameron Dawson moving on.
Cameron Dawson shows why he's one of the best, but Tyson Ray isn't far behind, is he?
Tyson Ray, one of the great lightweight fighters in the game right now. We will see him back.
would be or where she'd go, what she'd do. I know she'd make an incredible impact. And it hurts to think of all the world is missing out on.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Ocean State Grand Nationals Super Fight Quarterfinals Elimination, as we now have Michael Macri versus Justice Floyd.
And we pivot from two established superstars in the sport to now two fighters who are up and coming and trying to make a name for themselves and earn some respect. Michael Macri in the black helmet with the yellow uniform for Team Impact's KTOC. In the blue helmet on the right side of your screen, we've got Justice Floyd of Team Diamond G3.
Ooh, Justice has some very nice kicks, and that one snuck in.
Justice Floyd putting together a bit of a run, takes off on the blitz. There's another one. He's up 4-0. Macri answers on the blitz, 1 point.
Justice Floyd got it in. It looks like no. They say no. The kick did not land clean. One judge said yes, the other said no.
And it may have landed clean, but the judges have to see it to be able to call it. A big part of the art of point fighting is trying to position your opponent where when you hit them, every judge can see it.
And how are the judges trying to position themselves? Are they moving around like the fighters are moving around?
They try to position themselves as best they can to see everything. But now Michael Macri putting together a scoring run of his own. Back fist over the top.
Macri with a big shot.
A point going Floyd's direction. That was two. He scores on the kick.
Now Macri
back
comes
and
back.
forth we go.
Oh, to the gut right there by
Defensive
Floyd.
side kick.
Beautiful side kick. Nope, no point. Great posturing.
Both fighters slowing down a little bit. Macri back on top.
They're both on their toes. That one looks like Floyd to the body.
Floyd
yes, it was.
Scores.
And the kick,
Defensive
two
side
to the
kick.
solar plexus.
Two.
Oh! Floyd pulling away.
Great movement from Floyd to protect the lead. He's up 5, and that's all she wrote. Justice Floyd in an electric matchup. He moves on.
Justice Floyd, beautiful kicks. There were several to the solar plexus and the stomach that were 2-point scores, and he's going to be a contender.
That was the difference in that match. Floyd was able to land more kicks. Kicks are worth twice as many points as the punches. So if you're landing more kicks throughout the match, you're going to have an advantage when you look at the scorecard.
Absolutely.
Now we have our final quarterfinals elimination match between Bailey Murphy and Darren D-Stacks Payne that will determine our semifinal bracket of our Super Fight series.
Now we have another showdown between two of the best in the game. Representing the lightweight half of the bracket, Bailey Murphy. Some would say he is the top fighter in America right now. He's got the orange gloves, representing Team Straight Up. On the right side of your screen with the white gloves, Darren D-Stacks Payne.
D-Stacks Payne, what a great name for a fighter. Nobody has a better name than him. I look at D-Stacks as kind of like a complete tools fighter. Does everything pretty well. You know, maybe it's not anything you're going to say is like amazing, but everything is solid.
His offense is the key to his game. He wants to push the pace. He wants to pressure the other fighter.
What does Bailey need to do to neutralize D-Stacks?
Bailey needs to be Bailey Murphy. What he does best is he moves, he sets you up with fakes, he turns the fight into a chess match, and that's how he beats people.
Well, looks like Murphy scored one with the punch. Nice kick, looks like a block. Well done by blocking that.
D-Stacks on the attack, 1 point both ways.
I love those kicks by D-Stack. Now, is he just throwing those out to change the eye level of Bailey, or is he looking to land those?
It's a little bit of both. Sometimes you'll see fighters throw some smoke screen kicks, just trying to confuse their opponent, keep them guessing. Sometimes they are kicking to score.
Bailey scores there with a punch previously.
And the big thing here is, look at how comfortable Bailey Murphy looks. This is a close fight, but Bailey looks so calm and collected. Takes off on the blitz and makes it look easy.
Just missed to the body there for D-Stacks. That one may have hit.
Little too low for the judges to call it. It's got to be above the belt. Murphy dives in, blitz, scores.
That blitz is hitting almost every time, but it looks like a counter by D-Stacks there to score.
5-3, advantage Murphy. D-Stacks tries to slide in the kick, but Murphy capitalizes with the back fist. Another blitz for B-Real.
That blitz is D-Stacks got to try to find a way to stop the blitz. But to your point, Murphy is so calm, and then he explodes.
And that's what makes him so dangerous. You never see it coming. He does not telegraph his blitz at all. It comes out of nowhere.
Oh,
beautiful reverse punch.
Beautiful left.
Textbook.
Oh, another blitz.
Bailey Murphy's entering his flow state right now. Jeez. This is beautiful point fighting from Murphy.
D-Stack sneaks one in, 2 to the head. A kick to the head.
Too little, too late. Murphy moves on 9-6 in favor of Team Straight Up.
Yeah, man, you know, Bailey Murphy really impressed me with, one, the quickness of the blitzes. You don't see it coming. He's deceptive. And then, to your point, he's very cool, calm, and collected. It's very tough to get a read on him, I think. He doesn't give any tells, does he?
And that's a key to his game. And when you're the man, you're not going to give much up. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, when they look at the bracket, you look to see if you have to fight Bailey Murphy. And the same can be said for several other guys that we're going to be watching tonight. The same can be said for Cameron Dawson. The same can be said for Avery Plowden.
There you have it, folks. The final 4 of our Super Fight series that are moving forward to the semifinal round in our bracket. Ryan George to face off against Cameron Dawson, and Justice Floyd to face off against Bailey Murphy. 2 mega matches that will determine 2 winners that will head to our Super Fight main event. It's been a great day of competition from the Ocean State Grand Nationals here on the CW, and we are looking forward to seeing everyone again here next week. Take care, everyone, and keep kicking.